Today we're in Rathcore Golf Club with Mel Flanagan of Irish Golf Design, probably the busiest course designer in the country. Mel is currently working with major winners John Daly and Nick Faldo and is fast becoming the obvious choice for course design both at home and abroad.
We believe the Irish countryside is absolutely beautiful, and our philosophy is we just drop the course into the site and we don't strip the site. We leave the gorse and the heather and the ditches, and then we embellish it, and what you get is really an Irish golf course in Ireland. And if you look outside the site and look into the site, basically the site has remained intact. We believe nature is far more interesting than anything you will ever create.
What happens following an initial approach from a landowner?
Basically, we have to look at the site from an acreage point of view, from every point of view, and we have to be honest with the owner. If he's going to ask us, what do you think, is this site suitable? And we know almost straight away if it's going to work. And basically what you're looking at is the planting. Are there trees that are going to give instant definition? What's the drainage aspect of it? Where it's located? But I think there's a great move in Ireland for building golf courses.
You're working with the 2010 Ryder Cup captain in Lochrain and of course Bartra Island. Tell us a little about that.
Well, it's wonderful to be working with the greatest golfer Europe ever produced. Wonderful site, and we're interested in building classical courses, and Nick is very much tuned into that. Now, it's a lot harder work. We work very hard, but at the end of the day, we're in for the long haul, and we basically want to leave something that people will remember.
And everybody wants to know what it was like to work with John Daly.
Well, John Daly is completely different now to Nick. Nick is very serious and he's very focused. John is a wonderful personality. He's very, very flamboyant, and he's very into design. Like we worked very hard with John and the ethos of what he wanted in Blarney. And he said, we don't want to come as an American to Ireland and play another American course. We want to see a Celtic and Irish course. And basically what we have is what we feel we'll have as a result that will be different for the Americans coming here. And we have in Blarney, we have to call it a JD finish, that we have two par 5s in a row over 600 yards, the 16th and 17th, and we have a strong par 4 thrown in front of that, and finishing with a little tiny par 4, 320 yards.
The great thing about the terrain, it's going to be easy to drain. And, that's been a tough part. When you build golf courses and stuff, you're always fighting drainage, but this is a beautiful hillside right here, overlooking just tons of beautiful scenery. And the terrain's going one way, so it'll be easy to drain.
Well, we're sitting here in Rathcore Golf Course, and the course is finished and open for play. I was delighted to get the opportunity to design the course for Mick Lyons and Austin Lyons, and the opening holes are relatively straightforward, and then we stiffen the finish of the 9 holes and we really make it a testing course. We put in 1,500 oak trees, we planted 5 acres of gorse, and we put in water features. Some of the holes are short, but you're going to be challenged and pulled and dragged every way going around. But when you come off Rathcore, you'll feel I should have had a great score, but I nearly did have. It's that type of course, and that's really what we look forward to creating, more of the same.
We met Mel here in the early days of looking at the golf course, and I felt talking to Mel and walking around with him that we could work together. When we walked the course in the early days of construction, there was a lot of wild things, the firs, the water, and we decided we wanted to keep a lot of that. And I suppose the 15th and 16th would be very natural and very wild, and that's the way we wanted to keep the golf course. The course turned out so well that we wanted to bring the feature of the golf course into the clubhouse. So with the old ring forts that's on the golf course, we decided to design the clubhouse on the theme of the ring fort, and it turned out very well. And we brought stone from Clare and the copper roof, and the whole thing just gelled in together very well.
Mel and myself would like to think there's many feature holes, but we probably start with 16th. I think it's a fantastic par 3. 7's it's a good par 4, a good strong par 4. Rewards a good drive. If you get it between the trees, you're rewarded with extra roll down the hill. And if you're further back, you've got probably a better vantage point. So again, it's about placing a tee shot. You don't miss the green left, and if you do, you got a very, very difficult pitch. But if you're a good player, and you got a 6-7 iron in your hand, you're going to feel you want to go for the flag, and if you turn it over slightly, a very good pitch. Whereas if you're not such a good player, you can lay up to the right side and run a chip shot in. What we're trying to do is make the test where people have to think their way around the course. It's not just stand up and hitting the driver as hard as you can, and the further you hit, the easier it's going to be. That's what we feel we're trying to work against. We're trying to make people position their tee shots, open up golf holes, and that's what we're trying. Dynamic test of golf.
You've received huge international acclaim for your course in Austria. Tell us about St Oswald's.
Well, St Oswald is Freistadt is a big town, and St Oswald is a village, and the two came together, and they're local people, and we've built the golf course in the mountains, and panoramic views, and really we wrapped it around the village. We used the model of St Andrews, where you keep golf courses going all around the village, and now it's rated as the top course in northern Austria after 2 years of opening. It's a very panoramic course, and we created it in an Irish style, and basically put the clubhouse over the village. So you're looking down into the village, and the finish is dramatic. Well, Dunmurry Springs it's outside Kildare. It's the Houlihan family, Simon and Sean. We think it'll be a great course, Dunmurry Springs. There's a top of the hill, very unusual. There's a spring, and we have a lake on top of a hill, and a little par 3, 130 yards, and basically you're hitting to a green where behind the green you can see into 4 or 5 counties. We're very happy with Dunmurry. Again, it's Irish golf design.
Tell me about the other pieces of the puzzle of the design and build process.
Well, we have a team around us, and every section of the team has its own area. There's a Toro section, the irrigation section. It's modern sand-based USGA specified greens have to have a lot of water, and have to have the tee boxes as well. But they have a section where they look after the irrigation of the course. There's the sand itself. It's a special type of sand. It's a percolation rate. It's 12 inches of sand, 4 inches of stone, and basically the grasses on the green have to be very tough, yet it has to be fine. So it's based on hunger, the green, that you get a very little feed in the sand, only 10% peat, and the grass goes down looking for the food. You have a long root and a very short stem. So the agronomist is very important, and of course the shapers and the machine people. One of the things that we know, and we have a duty to a client, is to leave him something that will stand up long term, because at the end of the day, word of mouth is the best way of selling anything. So when people come in and play the course and they enjoy it and they want to come back, and bad design and bad work is financial disaster. If we can leave good design and leave something financially, the course stacks up, and long term hype will never last. But reality is, somebody comes and enjoy the course, and then say, I want to go back, and I want to bring my friends back. So it's a big responsibility.
All the Golf Ireland team wishes you great golf. Till next month.